Sidecar Guys, the podcast. I'm here with Johnny Flores. He's my right-hand man. He basically second in command for the dealership and the operation we have. Brings in a lot of hard work, enthusiasm, a lot of his own customers. Works really hard. Is definitely one of the most valuable people we have working for our company.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. This podcast is about acknowledging you for all of the great things you do, man.
Keep it coming.
Yeah. I want to wish everybody happy holidays for 2025. We are in the middle of the last week of the year.
Yeah, 27th. Shoot, only a couple more days left.
So we got like 4 days left of the year. That's
Dang.
crazy.
It's great. 2026. Shoot.
Yeah. We got a spot with famous comedian Phil Medina.
Yep.
He's going to be at Levity Live in Oxnard. He's going to shout us out. Gave us a table to advertise our business.
We're going to give away some things.
Yeah, we're going to give away some stuff.
Yep. So if anyone's looking for a fun thing to do on New Year's Day,
Is it New Year's Day or Eve?
New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Yes, New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Bring in the New Year's with Phil Medina.
Heck yeah. No, he's funny, man.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
stoked.
a funny guy.
Yeah. He's giving, I think one of his other people is giving away an Apple Watch.
Yeah, he's giving away an Apple Watch.
Ours is more valuable.
We're giving away a car. No, I'm joking.
No. For a car, though. Ceramic coating.
Ceramic coating.
Couple $1,000 value.
Do you guys know what ceramic coating is?
No.
I know what it is.
I'm acting like we're live in front of a studio audience. Do you guys know what ceramic
By a show of
coating is?
hands.
Let me tell you what ceramic coating is. It's like a thin layer of clear coat, but it's a harder substance than clear coat. So basically, it's made to go over your clear coat, and it protects your clear coat. So your clear coat protects your paint protects your car. And a lot of times, if you've ever seen an older car where it looks like it's got the dead skin after a sunburn peeling look, that's your clear coat. So your clear coat starts to peel off first, and then your paint's exposed, and not too much longer after that, your paint starts to peel off. So what protects your clear coat? Good solution is ceramic coat. I put it on all of my cars. It protects against hard water spots, from sprinklers, bird droppings, tree sap, pretty much anything and everything that you can think of that would damage or stain the clear coat. You can even spray paint over it usually and then just rub it off. I mean,
Yeah. It's aviation grade. It's freaking heat resistant, water resistant.
Yeah.
Element resistant, which is the key point. Because you could tell when people have owned a vehicle, the people that really take good care of their cars, when they come in and they have ceramic coat on it, it's like night and day difference. You don't see the swirl marks. You don't see the hard water deposits. Shoot, your car, it just rained like crazy and it freaking looks amazing. You did it to the
Audi.
To the Audi? Dude,
my
that thing
RS6, yeah.
Yeah, that thing's
I
beautiful.
just did my ceramic coat. I'll have Patrick get some pictures of it. It's sitting outside. It just rained really hard.
Yeah.
And the car doesn't look as bad as it would have looked.
Oh, yeah. It's really nice.
So, yeah, the Audi RS6 is going to get, or it's already ceramic coated and paint correction. Now, ceramic coating, it doesn't cost that much for a bottle. I mean, you can do it yourself. But if you haven't used it before or you haven't, you're not used to applying it, it could get messy real fast and it could cost more damage than more harm than good.
Yep.
The bottle that we use for a bottle of ceramic coat costs about $200, but we will often sell that for well above $1,000. It takes about 4 hours to do a paint correction, so that's part of the cost. And then it's a delicate process to put it on, and it usually takes a couple of days because you want to do a paint correction first. Then you want to put the ceramic coat on and another day for it to dry. and you have to do it enclosed. You can't do it outside.
Yeah, it needs to be a controlled environment. Otherwise, forget about it. You're wasting your time.
Yeah, if you get dust in it, it just kind of it's part of the car now. So,
Yeah, if they start rubbing in the dust, and yeah, you'll start seeing swirls and damage the paint for good.
So the most relatable thing is if you've ever had bird dropping on your car and it bakes in the sun all day, and then you try to wipe it off and you look at it from the right angle, you still see the etching where that bird dropping was. And that's going to stay there. It's going to be like a dull, ugly spot on the paint for
that was actually one of my first experiences. Before, I used to always think it was a gimmick.
Yeah.
Like I'd hear about it and I'm like, oh, it's just like one of those, undercoating type BSs. And one of my good friends who was in finance with that Toyota, he had bought a brand new BMW from Monrovia BMW, I remember. And we were in Ventura, right? So there's a distance between the location. And he's like, oh yeah, I bought the ceramic coating. I'm like, I was kind of laughing at him. And I remember he had the car for a week, hadn't brought it back in to get the ceramic coating done. Bird pooped on the hood or the roof of his car. And he left it there for like a day. And there was a damaged residue from that bird from a day. So whatever that bird ate through the paint. And the nice thing about some of the ceramic coatings is I remember Permaplate, Silajet, they actually have a guarantee.
Wait, so he had the ceramic coating?
He didn't. They didn't do it.
Oh.
So they didn't do the ceramic coating. Okay. He never made it back to the dealership. He had just had a baby and, time, we work long hours.
He bought the ceramic coating, but
they didn't applied yet. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to go back, drop it off for a couple of days. They give you a rental car, drop off the rental car, pick it up, but he never did it. He was like, I'll just do it at a later date. And so he had bird poop on the brand new BMW 3 Series or 5 Series and damaged the roof of his car.
Were they able to get it out?
No.
Dang.
No, it was bad. He said it was like for like a day that it sat there. So I was like, wow. So I actually saw the value in it, not only with the actual application, but actually the warranties that some of them come with as well.
So what's the next level after ceramic coat? Is there something we could protect the car with more?
PPF.
PPF.
Yeah, PPF is that next level. And some people with these high-end cars, they'll buy a car brand new and they'll PPF it. They won't even drive it until that car is PPF'd.
Yeah.
So that's the next level to protecting that paint, making it, look factory new. Because one day you could take out that PPF and you have a brand new paint job. That car is worth way more money, especially high-end cars.
Yeah, I had that planned out. I was going to buy this new Audi R8 once upon a time.
And first thing, PPF.
Yeah, before I drove it, I was going to PPF it.
Yeah, I think you have to. Like if you're spending that much money, it's worth the investment. So yeah, the customer came in today with the 17 Tucson. Thing looked amazing and freaking looked at the oil dipstick. That thing was bad.
You were ready to pay all the money for it.
I was like, man, this thing is clean.
Tires
are brand new. The paint was immaculate. Like that guy took great care of it. He didn't even know.
See, that's what ceramic will do to you. It'll trick your brain.
It'll trick you. So imagine that with the high-end car. Yeah.
That's the problem with a lot of customers, man, that will have a great car sound mechanically, and then they'll come in and they'll see cosmetic blemishes and say, oh, this is a bad car, or give me a discount or this or that. And it's like, no, man, beat it. Like this car runs great. Everything's dialed in.
Drives me crazy, yeah.
But, a lot of people would rather be fooled by the prettiest car. Even if a cheap $10,000 car, they want it to be the most perfect, best looking car. And then they want to, obviously they want it to run great too. But there's two parts to a car, the way it looks and the way the mechanical.
Yeah. They don't always match.
Is. Yeah. So me personally, I'd rather sell a car that is dialed in mechanically and let somebody who's like logical buy it. Other than somebody who's buying a car that looks great and then it has all the mechanical issues in the world.
I love the car guys that come in that they understand that the car is for A to B and it's ultimately mechanics is what matters. That's them being able to get in, start their car, get from A to B, and they prioritize that versus other people that are more, I don't want to call them vain, but they care. It's more like vanity. I want my car to look shiny and pretty more than the actual reliability of it.
Yeah.
If you break down the purpose of a vehicle, 90% of the time it's from A to B. It's like, get me to work so I can make money, take care of
Yeah,
my family,
especially
whatever.
when you're playing with cheaper cars.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
I mean, I could see it if you're buying a brand new car or even spending like 20 grand on a car. But if you're spending 5 or 6,000 or 10,000 on a car, like ignore the cosmetics as much as look for a good car that's mechanically sound and reliable.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah, the expensive cars, that's different. You're not buying it just for those purposes most of the time.
What cars you drive, Johnny?
Drive every car. My favorite cars are Porsches. Those are by far one of my favorite to drive. Or the thing I'm driving right now is our 4Runner, the lifted 4Runner with wheels, tire. That thing's badass. 4x4.
I got a Carrera S outside, convertible. It's a 2022. We just sold it to a big Chevy dealership. The owner of a big Chevy dealership.
Yeah.
And I actually almost bought a Corvette Z06 from this guy a year and a half ago. Never met the owner, didn't know who he was. And then this guy shows up today and I'm like, oh, you own that Chevy dealership? What a coincidence. So,
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. I'd been talking to the guy for days and had no idea what he did.
So last time on my podcast, I talked about a lease special for a Toyota Tacoma, one pay lease, $5,500. Amazing deal. We put that on our social media, on our TikTok, and a lot of people were like, well, yeah, but what happens if you crash the car or you're limited to miles or, all these like weird questions. It's like some people are stuck on overthinking things too much, so they miss out on a good deal.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. You pay $5,500, you get a brand new Tacoma to drive around for 2 years. Like why do you want to overthink it or psych yourself out? Yeah, if you crash the car, but I mean, what are the odds? I mean, out of a couple thousand of them sold, how many are going to get crashed and totaled?
And it's something sometimes you can't avoid. Yeah. Like the accidents I've had, I wasn't even in the car. Like they're parked on the side of the street. There's things that are really out of your control. You can't live life that way.
If that's the way you think, maybe you're just unlucky and you're setting yourself up to be unlucky. You don't need to buy the car anyway. But
you never know who you're talking to. I mean, statistically, we've met customers that have they've crashed every car that they've ever bought.
Yeah. So, they don't need to do that deal then.
That's not for them. They should buy just the safest car they can find.
But I haven't had an accident in 100 years. It's been I can't remember the last time I was in an accident, and I hope I never do. But I mean, that's what insurance is for. And I mean, hopefully you don't go out and pay $5,500 and crash the car the next day. But that broke down into about a $200 and some a month payment on the Tacoma. Amazing deal, crazy deal.
Yeah.
Some of the comments were asking, are there other deals like that? Absolutely. Right now's the time to lease a car.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're looking at a 2021 or a 2022, and I think this is where CarMax messed up because they went all in on these late model 2019 or 2020, 2021, 2022 cars. And right now, you could lease a car for half the price of what one of those would finance for.
Yeah.
So I'd rather lease it. Yeah. And then the other big question is, what if I go over my miles? Well, here's how I look at it. I don't care if I go over my miles because I know I have options. I can buy the car at the end of the lease. I can sell the car at the end of the lease. I could trade the car in at the end of the lease, or the last option and the one you don't want to do if you're over your miles is turn it back in
and pay for it, because you pay if you don't lease another car from that manufacturer, you're typically paying the disposition fee. Yeah, and then 15 cents a mile, 25 cents a mile, depending on who you're leasing from. Some are more. Isn't there 50 cents a mile with some of the high end?
I mean, you get into $5 a mile once you start looking at Rolls Royces with ridiculous. Like they got 2,000 miles a year starting, 2,500 miles a year starting on the Lamborghinis and the Rolls Royces and the Bentleys, and you're paying like $5 or $7.50 a mile past that.
So. But most people, I mean, those things do depreciate that much a mile at least.
Because now you got maintenance and you got all this other stuff. But, on a Toyota, you're paying 15 cents a mile. I mean,
it doesn't add up to a bunch. Yeah. I'd rather, at the end of the leases, I've gotten so many people out of bad car situations that they've made before, friends, referrals, clients, etc., where they buried themselves in a car, purchasing it, thinking, hey, I should purchase a car. And you're stuck. You're stuck with the purchase until you make that last payment. We had a customer come in with a Nissan Sentra that they bought at the height of COVID. And they paid almost 30 grand for the Sentra. The car wasn't worth $4 grand and they owed 20.
I was going to say $5,000, man. Nissan Sentras are throwaway cars.
It's a throwaway car. Yeah. And they bought it for all the money and then some. But had they at leased that car, they would have been done with it.
How's Nissan doing right now? I mean, with their $30,000 Sentras, I don't think they're doing that well. I heard that they have to sell their headquarters in Japan for $700 million. And then after they do that, they need to lease it back from the people they sell it to.
Oh, wow.
Just for an injection of cash, which might not even make a difference at this point.
No,
I mean, sometimes you just need to call it quits,
Their car has been junk. Like the Nissan Sentras, the Altimas, it's the CVTs.
They haven't done any like modern, nothing's been like, wow. I've never seen a Nissan lately and was like, wow, that's a nice car. I used to back like maybe 10 years ago when they redesigned the Altima, it looked nice. But then when you get in them, you hear all this road noise. They don't feel as like solid. They feel plasticky. The one thing I can say about a Nissan back in the day, they had more torque and more power.
They did.
Than like a Toyota or a Honda did, but they were way less reliable. I always joke and say that's Japan's D student for a car. It's not really like a...
you can't really throw it in with the Hondas and Toyotas. I mean, Hyundai is almost more reliable. I mean, they would. I'd rather buy a Hyundai nowadays.
Everyone's like, buy a Japanese car. Wait, what kind of Japanese car?
There is.
There's a big difference between a top tier Japanese car. Like, I think, the number one most reliable car in the world, and it's actually kind of nice, is the Lexus.
Yeah. Those, you could bet money on those cars.
Yeah, the Lexus is going to run. It's going to last for many years. I can't tell you how many trade-in Lexus cars came in with 400,000 miles on them, and they're still running great.
And they're buying them. One of our clients bought one with 400,000. He had one with 400,000 miles, and he was buying one with 180,000 miles.
I think it had like 220.
Yeah, and I was like,
that was a trade-in, and then the guy came in.
No, he kept it. No, the 400,000 miles.
No, the 200 and something thousand.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was a trade-in, and then the guy came in and bought the trade-in because he had one with 400K.
He's like, this is my backup, so when it goes out. I was like, get 450. It's the exact same car, same color, everything, just half the mileage.
My buddy Walt across the street, he has an '02 Lexus. No, he has a '99 Lexus RX 350, and I think it has close to 300,000 miles. He almost bought our '02, the one we had with like 58,000 miles.
Oh yeah.
But while he was hemming and hawing, he's like, "Oh, the Kelly Blue Book says the car's worth 4,500." Dude, I had that car online for 12 grand and sold immediately. Before he even had a chance to tell me that he was before he was going to try to like negotiate off a Kelly Blue Book. It was like, dude, I already sold the car. What'd you sell it for? 12 grand. The Kelly Blue Book said it was 4 grand. Yeah, go find another one.
Yeah. There's a difference between Kelly Blue Book. Like with the newer cars, Kelly Blue Book can be kind of accurate. That's the lending guide. And that's essentially what the bank's using to determine how much to lend on a vehicle. So at the end of the day, they don't sell cars. They just say, okay, this is how much it should be around lending value. And there's all kinds of different values. There's the lending value. There's trade-in value.
Sneaking under the window, ducking.
The typical listing value, and some banks and credit unions go off of that, and a lot of the bigger lenders Ally go off of it.
Here's the rule of thumb. If there's 1,000 cars out there like it, then there's an average.
Correct.
That's what the Kelly Blue Book is.
But they don't go off market value.
If there's 10 of them out there, then the Kelly Blue Book could be 4 grand, but go find one for 4 grand in that shape. You're not going to.
No, that's kind of what I was getting at. Is there's a market value for the car. Like the FJ Cruiser is a great example. Go find another one like the one we have, the Kelly Blue Book 7. They're retailing for 20. I mean,
what are those cars we'd always get? They're the Infiniti G35s.
Oh
and 7s.
Man, yeah,
dude, those are so hard because the Kelly Blue Book says 4 grand. But everywhere and anywhere in the market, they're going for 8, 9, 10 grand. So we want to say this episode is brought to you by Phil's Coffee.
Oh, you
Pour
gotta
over.
try it. It's an experience in every
It
cup.
is an experience. Phil's Coffee. They didn't sponsor us, but maybe they did.
They powered us.
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
powered
sponsor us, but they're powering the show. And they have. I made some. I was telling you earlier, I made some at home, and oh man, with the French press, it was amazing.
Yeah. So Phil's has a genius idea. They just do pour overs.
Yep.
It's less messy. There's no espressos. It's all pour over.
I didn't know that for a while.
Yeah.
When you bring coffee, I never knew as a.
Just pour over.
It's like a handmade coffee. It's like a Porsche or a Ferrari. It's handmade.
But I think what I remember hearing is the ideal behind that is it's easy, it's quick, it's clean, it's efficient. So that's why Phil's does just pour overs.
Yeah, they have massive counter space, so they have pour overs for days going around.
You know how much work I found out. I go to this one coffee shop, Longevity Coffee in Thousand Oaks. Amazing coffee. They got the best coffee out there. Fair trade, low acid, organic, all of the above. Great people own that coffee shop. And anyway, they were telling me how much work it takes to clean an espresso machine. And they got this big bad boy, 50,000. I don't know how much it costs, but
It's like 50,000
$50,000 espresso machine.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And a lot of coffee shops don't put in the work to clean it. They had an inspector come by and was like, this is the cleanest espresso machine ever.
Wow.
Inside of it. Because if you don't clean it, then the old coffee, it becomes rancid. And then that's where you get like the bitter taste or the bad taste. I learned this a long time ago with coffee. If you can drink it and it tastes good without any cream or sugar, then you got some good coffee.
Yep.
You should be able to sip the coffee straight up. Nothing in it, and it should taste good.
That's what I drink by. I drink it black, and when I French press it, man, it's amazing.
Yeah, Johnny's got that Guatemalan at home, that Costa Rican, that Ethiopian coffee.
Yep.
That's where coffee's originally from, Africa. A lot of people don't know this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't know coffee originated from Africa, and then it went out on the ships or whatever. The birds flew it to other continents.
drops some seeds.
Yeah. But
Pollinated.
That's now it's big in South America. That's where they made a lot of their money. I visited Costa Rica enough and did those coffee tours. I mean, Starbucks. I saw Starbucks little coffee plant out there. They got a lot of coffee plantations in Costa Rica. That's how they became middle class back in the day. Now they do it with those little microchips, but back in the day, it was coffee.
Dang.
They're a middle class country. Yeah, but anyway,
made money off the coffee, huh?
Yeah, this episode's Phil's Coffee, guys. Go get you one.
Oh yeah, you gotta try it. As I told my my in-laws were visiting and from Ridgecrest, and I was like, you gotta go to Phil's on your way out. I was like, it's an experience.
It is. It's a great experience.
But cars and coffee go together. We go there's more actually. I found out there's more cars and coffee.
We got to do more of those
up.
events, man. We have so many cool cars. I still got the Hennessy Corvette. I'm still trying to sell it. It's supposed to go on Cars and Bids soon. So bid on it.
Oh yeah, that's an experience. You want to talk about an experience?
We got the Aston Martin right now. That thing's badass.
Oh, I love that car. That's like I was about to bring that one up.
It's got the same engine as a GT 63 Mercedes.
I love that. Oh, the pops and gurgles in that car. Yeah. My goodness.
It shares it with Mercedes.
I have some
Where's
videos.
That at Ventura location?
Ventura. I was about to put it in the showroom, but I went and got it, washed it, and put some gas in it.
Drove it home?
No, I just drove it down the freeway, a couple exits and back.
Nice. Yeah. Who
nice
drove it
car.
over there?
I don't know.
Oh,
one of these guys. I was like disappointed, man. Yeah. I was trying to get the gas cap open.
Randy drove that car, I bet.
Oh boy, yeah, I'm jealous.
Experience. That's fine. Who cares?
No, he's a good driver. We trust our guys.
Yeah.
And
we do have a good crew, man. I mean, that's one of the things. Is it's hard to get good people to work for you, especially people you can trust.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of bit the bullet lately. Like we've been losing money every month, and it's like, okay, fine, I put it all in. I cashed all my savings and my stocks and my 401ks in, put it all into the business. And, I have faith that we're going to get out of this, and we're going to be on the other side winning.
Yeah.
So we're going to be in the top 3%.
No, I'm excited with the team. The team's all kind of clicking into place and starting to fire on all cylinders.
Yeah, the guy I just sold the car to, he owns a Chevy dealership and a CDJR. For those of you that don't know, is Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. Yeah. So Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, CDJR, that's a lot. That's why they initialize it.
Yeah. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Say that 3 times fast. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Anyway,
we don't endorse them. Those are probably some of my least favorite cars.
Actually, speaking of, he said that they are struggling right now. Stellantis is not doing good. Chrysler, that's who owns Chrysler.
I was going to say Stellantis. I'm like,
yeah.
I was like,
Stellantis is not doing good right now, man. So the dealerships are struggling. He said that only 3% of the CDJR stores in the country are profitable this year. Only 3%.
All 2025
of this year, yeah.
I think it comes down to the product.
He's like, luckily, he's one of the guys in the top 3%. That also is how I'm looking at the used car dealerships. There's only going to be about half of them left standing after the shakedown of what's going on.
Yeah.
So it feels like, you know, as long as we stay in the top half, we'll be okay. But it's been a struggle. This year has been a big struggle in the car industry, and you're seeing things you've never seen before. I mean, the CEO of CarMax just got fired or stepped down.
What was it? A $6.2 billion, $5.2 billion?
$5.8 billion. So they have $5.8 billion in inventory. They call it the $5.8 billion mistake because they bought the wrong inventory.
Which is what you're talking about.
$5.8 billion, but they bought the wrong inventory.
Hypothetically, they will.
The 22s and the 23s with low miles.
Because you're comparing to a new car now at that point.
Yeah.
You're right. You can lease one for half the price, so you could purchase the older one and get warranty. And
they were betting on the new cars still being chip shortages.
Interesting.
Yeah, they were betting on a supply and demand issue. So they're like, yeah, you can't buy a new car, but you can buy one like new at CarMax.
So what happens if all of a sudden there's a chip shortage and it's like, wait a minute, this guy was right. We have all these cars. We're freaking set.
Yeah.
Never know.
If that happens.
Yeah.
But the problem is, too, that would need to happen like tomorrow because.
Yeah, I was going to say it needs to be quick.
Yeah, you have an age problem with inventory.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but they're like, why would a dealership lose money on a car? I wish it was as simple as go to the auction, buy a car for $5,000, post it online for $10,000,
and wait till it sells.
I'm making money no matter what if I sell it for 6, 7, 8. 6, 7. Whatever. That's not how it works. Nope. Nowadays, you have so many. There's so many scam artists out there. They sell that Hyundai Tucson with a bad engine. We would have bought that car. We would have had to put a new engine in it.
Yeah.
Or we would have sold it at the auction, and someone would have bought it at the auction for $6, $7,000, then they would have had to put a new engine in it just to sell it for like 8 or 9.
Yeah, there's a lot of put-togethers. Think about it. We've been in the business 20 years. And there's other people that have been in the business that long and they scam people. They've been in the business scamming people, wholesaling bad cars, and dealer gets stuck with those cars and they end up either fixing it or sending it back to auction and scamming somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a never-ending cycle of shit happens.
Yeah. I mean, not all cars at the auction are bad, but all bad cars go to the auction.
That's why those clean private owner cars are the ones we seek. Those are the best cars. They sell so quick. They're my favorite car. I saw that in this Hyundai.
I will pay more than anybody else will for your used car.
Yeah, if it's clean,
in good condition.
100%.
Bring it to me. Let me look at it. If I like it, I will give you a better offer than anybody else will. Guaranteed.
100%.
As long as it's something I want. Don't bring me like a Hyundai Tucson, please.
Even if it is a Hyundai. See, the thing that sets us apart from everyone else.
Generally, they have bad engines.
There is no way to not do business with us. There's no way for us not to earn your business.
Okay, wait. I won't buy a Nissan Versa for more than what you could sell it to CarMax for. There's certain cars I won't touch.
Yes. No. But we consign.
We will consign
If you
them.
believe in your car that much, this is my philosophy. If you believe in your car that much that you think it's worth that much money, put your money where your mouth is. We charge $1,000 up front.
Yeah.
Somebody comes in. We have professional photographers, professional detailers. We smog it, we safety it, we get it all lined up for you. And if
We
there
wash it once a week.
wash it once a week. It's insured, obviously. You got to
We
keep your own
spend
insurance.
$25,000 on marketing
A month.
a month.
Yeah, Carfax, Car Gurus. Go look at any of our
We're
cars.
everywhere.
We're on every platform that you could possibly, even Craigslist. We have cars on Craigslist, Facebook, you
I
name
get
it.
more traffic than a lot of new car dealerships.
The owner of the Chevrolet,
Yeah.
he's from Facebook. He
Yeah.
saw our car on Facebook.
Yep.
So if you believe your car is worth that much, go in on it with us, put $1,000 up. That's going to pay for all the recon and like the minor stuff, smog safety, professional photographs. And then let's market it. Let's sell it together and see if the car brings that much. And then when we sell the car, I mean, you're going to try to sell it closer to retail, depending on how quick you want to sell it. But that's going to be,
we take a little bit off.
we
the
take
top.
5%,
and you
depending
get
on the
more
car.
money for your car than you could ever get it.
Yeah.
As a wholesaler or trade-in, or more likely than you could ever get it selling it yourself.
You know, 100%. That's
You,
what I'm,
you
that's,
can't do the financing. You can't do the DMV paperwork.
can't offer a warranty
You
on
can't
it.
say the car was inspected. Like, you don't have credentials.
No.
And people like buying from a dealership because they have somebody to hold accountable.
Yeah, 100%. You go buy somebody else. The trickiest thing when you're a private party and you have a lease, you're leasing a car and you're trying to sell it. That's what I love about leases in general is that you could sell them, you
Oh,
could
if
buy
you
them,
got
you
a
could do
payoff,
this.
yeah, you can't
You have a
sell it.
payoff, forget
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
what are
we
you going to
gotta-
do? Who's going
We'll pay it off and then sell it, and you
Yeah.
know, all
We're kind of like
simultaneously.
the safety net. That's
Yep.
why, or the middleman, or the what is it with the mortgages?
the brokers.
Yeah, no, not even that. Escrow. We're like kind of like
Oh,
the,
yeah,
we're kind of like the escrow.
kinda
like
like
we kind
escrow.
of hold
Yeah,
the car
yeah,
and the
yeah.
title, and we're like the
But we are also brokers,
Yeah.
so we can get you any brand new car you want.
No, 100%. We have people come in. I just signed up another client yesterday. Came in for our Toyota Tundra, the black one that we have, the 4x4. Nice truck, and that car is priced well below market.
Yeah.
It's a great deal. It's right. I think it's sold. I think we sold it today.
I get more. I save more people money. I've saved probably millions of dollars off of the few thousand customers we've done.
Yeah.
I've saved so many people money in this industry. I've saved, on average, I'm saving someone $3,000 to $5,000 and sometimes $10,000.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I know for a fact if they went to a dealership, they were going to be paying $10,000.
The broker client that we just wrapping up her deal, she saved. We saved her probably about $8,000 on that. On her cargo van. She's gonna turn it into she's gonna turn it into like a whole house on wheels type setup. Not only did we already had the car approved for financing ahead of time, found her the car with the miles that she wanted in Texas, which
Yep.
like if she tried to do that, and it's green light, which means it's guaranteed from the auction.
Yeah,
it's
if
not gonna
there's
have
an
any
issue with
mechanical
the car
issues.
when it gets here, we can send it back.
Send it back. Like she's totally like everything's lined up. She's excited. Now all we gotta do is wait for the car to get here, smog safety, and she gets her van. And she didn't do anything. She was able to have the car. Her goal was to have the car here, by the end of the year, or have it, all figured out, and we accomplished it for her. And she didn't have to lift a finger.
Yeah.
All she had to do is sign off. I sent her a couple emails showing her the cars and all the research we did, and she's like, "Yeah, go with this one. I'm game." Yeah. So everything's already lined up for her. It's like an amazing experience. Like,
It's a fun business, man.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Right now we're sitting in our service department. That's one of the biggest values. Best thing I've done was let me buy a service department.
yeah.
We get tires at half price. We get everything's like half price now.
That's actually what the Tucson guy might do. I told him, I was like, "Look, I want to try to get you as much as I can, but it's a big job for me
Yeah.
to do a head gasket and, potentially have to machine the head and all
Have them
that
take
stuff."
it to Hyundai, get a quote, and then bring it here.
That's
We'll
what
be
I told
half
him.
price.
I told him, I was like, either one, we'll consign it, but you got to do the work. I'm not going to sell somebody a car like that. We got to do the work. I'll tell you what it's going to cost. You could pay like, internal price on it to help you sell the car.
Remember the Highlander we just sold?
Yeah.
About 2 months ago, we sold a Highlander. The guy took it to Toyota. They said it needs a transmission. They hit him at $10,000 for a transmission. I get it. The transmission wasn't the cheapest around. It was a 2018 Toyota Highlander, had just about 100,000 miles. Weird that the transmission went out.
It's very weird.
Yeah, we didn't know it was going bad, whatever, but one of the customers or the dealers did that, goo in it, probably sold it to us. We thought it was a good car. We sold it to him.
One of those situations, put together artists.
I took all responsibility. Those new Tacomas we talked about that I leased, I let him borrow a new Tacoma. He got to drive it. It took about a month. He got to drive it. We ordered a transmission. The transmission was bad. We got a used one, of course. We didn't do a new one. The whole job cost me about $3,500. The whole job. And I can see, we would have probably charged retail like $5,000 for the job, still half price. But Toyota hit him at $10,000 for a brand new you don't put a brand new transmission in a car with 100,000 miles.
It doesn't make sense.
Especially if the transmissions aren't notoriously known for being bad transmissions. So we put a used one in. It comes with a 1-year warranty. It cost me $3,500. It was a lot of work. We got it done. It took like 14 hours to do the job. And then there's a bunch of other little stuff that had to go with it.
Yeah.
But we did the job. We got him done. He's happy. He got to drive a brand new Tacoma for a month. And that just shows my credibility. Like, I take care of my customers. And he's a good guy. But yeah, you never know with these used cars, and we got to be careful, so if we do take someone's consignment, we want them to have some accountability too.
No, 100%. Yeah.
But the biggest problem with used cars, and this is what I always tell everybody. Back in the day, I used to sell cars that cost $500, $1,000, $2,000. This was back in the early 2000s. The number one question is, how long will this car last? I don't know. I'm not a psychic. I'm a car salesman. What I can tell you is the car runs and drives nice right now. I can tell you if this car is known for lasting a long time or a little bit. If you commonly see this car with over a couple 100,000 miles, or these cars never make it past 100,000 miles. For example, those old Ford Tauruses. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah. My mom used to have one.
Yeah, they don't last 100,000 miles. And if they do, you're lucky.
Oh, my dad was a mechanic. He had to work on it all the time. We had painted it was called the Siberian Tank. My friends called it. And it was painted like camouflage colors, like gray and black and stuff like that. But no, my dad used to work on it all the time, and it was like a family, like the family car.
Yeah, they have every problem, major transmission problems, but every problem under the books. And anyway, so I would tell you, these cars don't last that long, but it runs and drives today. You might get 3 months, you might get a year out of it.
That's one thing that's really different about us, and you particularly, that I really respected, is like customers will come in and they'll buy a Mercedes. Yeah. And you work for Mercedes. You know all about them. You love them. I mean, you're the one who actually got me into really liking them. I used to never. I was Toyota. Always like lived and breathed Toyota or Lexus. And no, you tell people, hey, it's a great car. They drive like nothing else, but they are not reliable. They are potentially going to cost you thousands of dollars down the road. I mean, even the most well-kept one can cost you money.
I mean, I recently, well, not recently, but last couple years, now the guy's my friend. He's like in his, I want to say late 80s, early 90s. He sold me his S-Class. His name's John. He sold me his S-Class, and I bought it, and I've had several issues with that car. I mean, as soon as I bought it, I had to spend a couple thousand on it. And then after Johnny was driving it.
I was driving it. I remember.
It broke down on him. The drive axle. The drive shaft came loose, and it messed up a lot of other parts. That was
freaky. All I heard is pots and pans.
Sounds like pots and pans slamming around.
Oh,
we thought it was a bad transmission. but it was like a little a U joint or something that came loose. And I felt a little vibration in it, so I was like meaning to get the car checked out. But I let Johnny drive it. It broke down. We went and got it fixed. And then I sold it to my buddy Brendan. He still has it. It's still here. We're selling it in right now. He had to spend like $4,000 on a turbo coolant line or something.
Yeah.
And it's these little things that cost a lot of money. I mean, you could spend $10,000 on this car in a couple of years owning it, and you could pay $10,000 for it to buy it. And it doesn't mean it's a bad car. It costs a lot of money because there's so much to it.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend them as a daily. Anybody that's buying them, I always recommend buy them as like a weekend car, one that if it's down and in the shop,
don't buy it as your primary car.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's not going to be a primary daily.
You want a reliable, solid car. The best car is a Toyota Camry, Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, Toyota Prius. Those are my top picks for the most reliable
Who's
cars.
better, Toyota or Honda? Like if you had to bet money.
Man, and I know you probably will say Toyota, but I started selling Hondas in 83 or something, that's not when I started, but whenever it was like 1970 or whatever. So Ichiro Honda came to the US. He was a race car mechanic or a race car engineer. And he built the Honda Civic, and he built it on a race car like style platform. So if you drive a Honda versus a Toyota, the Honda is going to feel a little bit sportier. It's going to have a little bit better handling.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit better as a driver's car. If you drive a Toyota, it's going to feel like just a common A to Z, like we call it old person's car, just a cruiser. It's not going to have the thrills, the older ones that the Hondas have, because Hondas are built for like sports. They're built on a sports platform.
It's true. When I worked for Toyota, old people come over. That's how I'd sell the Toyota over the Honda and talk them out of even looking at it.
Well, think about this. BMW versus Mercedes, right? BMW is the ultimate driving machine. The Mercedes is the best or nothing. Toyota's the Mercedes. Honda's the BMW. Honda's going to drive and it's going to be a better driving experience. Toyota's going to drive softer like a Mercedes. It's going to be very much more reliable as a Mercedes is compared to a BMW. BMWs are less reliable than Mercedes, and then Audis are a little bit less, and then so on and so on. But you get into, and it's kind of like Toyota, Honda, Subaru, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, right?
Yeah.
Those are great comparisons.
Very good.
The German cars are way more luxurious. They're way more prestigious.
Yeah.
But the Japanese cars are more reliable than the German cars are, because they're not built as aggressive or built as much thrills. And it's a great comparison.
I almost feel like, I don't know if they're not focusing on reliability as much nowadays. I just feel like with Toyota, how they added I actually really like that new 2025 Tacoma. Yeah. It's like a really nice truck. And when you said, it's a 4-cylinder turbo.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what did Toyota do? This thing's going to be freaking, people hated the 4-cylinders. I remember selling them. I had people trade them in like a month later. They're like, this thing's a dog. The 2.7 liter.
It's torquey.
No, that thing. It's torquey. Dude, that power.
Thing goes.
I'm just wondering about reliability.
Yeah, I'm wondering long-term reliability and
turbos.
A lot of people are very skeptical with this new generation Tacoma.
Yeah,
including myself. The engine, you can hear the engine more than you could hear it on the previous 20s.
I love the 4-liter V6s that Toyota had, and like their 4Runners and the FJ Cruiser.
Legendary, 400,000 miles. Legendary.
Yeah, bulletproof, and then they had the freaking oil cooler on top. Like, oh man, it's a mechanic's dream. But these, it's a little bit, but it feels good. They feel good. They're louder. But they ride
Toyota,
nice.
Here's one thing that Toyota does with their oil filters. They have 2 valves, so they keep oil in the oil filter. So a lot of cars, the way the oil filter is, the oil will drain from the oil filter. So Toyota has a second valve in their oil filter to keep oil in it. So when you start the car, it keeps it lubricated from the beginning.
From the dry starts.
From the dry
Yeah,
starts,
yeah. And then drain back valve.
And then
Yes.
drain back. Yeah.
I remember that.
So, I mean, Toyota has done a lot of internal engineering to every little bit helps. It helps the cars run longer. It helps them last longer. And, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, all cars are subject to breaking down. All cars are subject to falling apart. There's always going to be something that they can't predict or the algorithm can't adjust to make a car 100% reliable.
Yeah, certain aspects of it.
But Toyotas do I think the best job.
But also not only for reliability, but the techs that I've talked to, shop foremen, they say Toyota thinks of everything. Like the way they design them for them to work on them, they also take into consideration as well. The way they can access parts, if you know how to work on them. You got to know like some of the, you know, techniques that they train at like a Toyota training facility, but the technicians love working on them.
Yeah, Toyota's a great brand.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I worked at Honda, I used to talk to the service writers a lot. Well, you know, what makes Honda such a great car? And, you know, he said it's the level of tolerance between the moving parts, right? So American cars, you know, this was in 2006. So I don't know the updated data, but back in those days, American cars were designed to do 75,000 miles.
Yeah, like clockwork. I would, every single American car on the lot, I'd walk the lot and I'd be like, guarantee has 75,000 miles on it. Sure enough, 75, 74, 75, 76. Every car. It's like, that's when they designed them to like, you know,
start to break down.
Exactly. 5 years, 75,000 miles. It was like clockwork.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you know, you could still find a lot of them with up to 200,000 miles.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
well maintained, well cared for, a lot of parts replaced.
Early 2000s,
Along the way.
90s, the 90s.
But the point is, right? Japanese cars, Toyotas and Hondas were designed to do 300K, and you could always find examples of those with 400, 500K.
Yeah, and look at how it's worked for them. They think it'd be counterproductive to make a car last that long. Just like I heard the light bulb, for example. You said they designed a light bulb to last a lifetime. They're like, wait, we're not making any money. People aren't changing their lights. So then they designed them to last only a couple of years.
Well, the thing I have against that, and this is what I don't like, is the greed, the money thing.
Yeah.
Think about it, man. All this litter and all this like stuff and all this wasted material. Like, just build good products that last forever. You know?
And people are still buying Toyotas.
And if people want to keep them forever, let them keep it. There's one less car in the junkyard or in the ocean or whatever.
If you really cared about like the environment, then you would, because they can't recycle an entire
as long
car.
as they can. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that's sustainability.
Tires too.
The greenhouse. Yeah, all that. I mean, make things last long, and don't chase the money.
That's what it is. Everything's made so cheap.
That's why Toyota became the number one car. It's also, you got to think, right? They built their cars that last a long time. In the beginning, they weren't as popular.
That's true.
But then later, people were like,
they caught on.
these cars have the best return on investment. The best value proposition to get is a Toyota because it's going to last 5 times longer than my Chevy Cruze or Cobalt or whatever.
Yeah.
Those old Chevy Luminas, Chevy Lumina.
My buddy had a Cobalt SS and he lemon lawed it.
Yeah.
That was like the first lemon law I actually seen in person. I was like, wait, you got all your money back?
Bro,
I was
I
impressed.
had a Ford. I've had about 200 cars before I started like owning a car dealership. I had a Ford Escort back in the day at stick shift. Those were actually reliable. They would hit 200K. I had that Mazda 6 stick shift. I had Chevy Cobalt. I had the Chevy all types. What was that one? The Pontiac Grand Am.
Oh, yeah.
Those things would always they'd always stop on you every time you drive them, and they get hot and then they cut off on you. And you go under the hood and you unplug this little blue thing. It was connected to the torque converter, and that was it. Once you did that, it just kept running.
Really?
Yeah,
I had a Pontiac Grand Am.
Yeah,
before, and it
yeah.
had an overheating problem. I sold it like that. I was like, hey, just so you know, it has a overheating problem. Run the heater. And they're like, oh, okay. They just need a cheap like $1,000 car.
Yeah, I learned that a long time ago, and then I remember selling a car back in those days, $1,000 car. I sold it to a guy, and he comes walking in. He's like, hey, my car broke down. Do you guys have money for the bus or something? I was like, and I didn't recognize the guy. So I was like, hey, let me go look at the car. Maybe it's something we can fix for you. And I walk over, his car is a block away. I was like, hey, you bought this car from us? He's like, yeah. And it was a Pontiac Grand Am. And I was like, what's it doing? And he's like, it's stopping on me and it's doing this. I was like, oh, you know what your problem is? I popped the hood. I unplugged his torque converter. I was like, that's your problem. You'll be fine. And he was great. He was so happy. He's like, dude, this is great.
Wow.
And he drove his car for like another year or two.
Sounds like it should have been a recall or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Back in those days, I don't think there was recalls.
Recalls are popular now ever since like the Toyota thing.
What was your first dealership you worked at?
Ventura Toyota.
Ventura Toyota. You worked at Volkswagen too, right? Or no? Oh, you just
no. We the owner bought it as I was why I worked there. They bought the Ventura Volkswagen or Barber Volkswagen at the time in Ventura, where our other store is.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they bought it and then they tried to recruit me, but there was a no
compete clause.
Yeah. So for 6 months. Yeah. So once I left there, I went to the other Toyota in Oxnard. The owner that bought it tried to recruit me to Volkswagen. Oh, I was like, no, I can't. Like, I just couldn't.
You know what my first dealership was? Let's see how well you know me.
Chevy.
Nope. It was a 3-car store. It was Pontiac, Kia, and Isuzu.
I've heard that before.
Pontiac, Kia, Isuzu.
Isuzu. Is that why you like the Isuzu rodeos?
No, I you know what?
They're cool.
They're cool cars. I walked in there. I mean, I went to the Ford Lincoln Mercury store and they hired me. Come back next week. You know what? We really don't have a position for you. This was when I was like starting out in the car dealerships. So they didn't hire me. So then I walk in the next week and then I walk over to Pontiac Kia Isuzu. I was homeless at the time. I was sleeping at my friend's house on her couch. And I went to Goodwill and bought the little jacket, the suit jacket, and the shirt.
So I bought all my stuff. I applied at Paradise Chevrolet. I went over there. You have a sales experience? Like, no, kid, go to Bunnin. I'm like, okay. I walked across the street to Toyota, and they're like, oh, you're 18 and
you're hired.
You're hired. Yeah, they wanted people young, hungry, and determined.
I think I was 18 or 19. Yeah. So then I go to Pontiac Kia Isuzu, and it just so happens that they have this big hiring campaign going on. There's this company called Automax who went around from dealer to dealer, and they would do these big campaigns, hiring campaigns. They would do like a 2-week car business basics training. They made me pay them $700. Now, remember, I'm homeless. I don't have any money. They're like, okay, pay us $700, $350 up front, $350 off of your second check. And they made me pay them $700. And there was a guarantee, I think, of $1,500 for the first 3 months. This was back in the day.
That's the dice art with the guarantee too. It's like a $4,000 guarantee, I think, at that time.
Yeah. So they made me pay them $350 up front. I sat for 2 weeks in this training course with 20 other recruits. They were like, okay, we're going to help you get a job if you don't get hired at this store, somewhere else. They only hired 10 of them. They didn't hire me because I had these like,
the chops.
Yeah, the sideburns.
Yeah, sideburns.
Connect to my mustache. They didn't like it. It was like the ludicrous sideburns back in the day.
Discrimination.
So, but then they needed one more guy, and then the trainer, Jeff Armagod was his name. He pushed for me, and he's like, "Yeah, give this guy a shot." And I was actually his best student. They liked me because I was just catching on so fast on the walk around and all that. And I was paying attention. I was ambitious. So they got me in, and there was this sales guy, Michael Parks, back then, who was he's making $350,000 a year in like the year 2000 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Dang, he's doing well.
Oh yeah, that guy. That's like making a 1.5 million today or $1 million today. I don't know. And Milwaukee. I mean, my whole cost of living was like $2,000 to $4,000 the whole time I lived in Milwaukee. That's the rent. The rent was $600. I mean, it was cheap to live there back in those days.
Probably not like that anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, it's still cheaper than here.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
So anyway, and the guy always had a smile. He'd take 5 days off in the beginning of the month and work every day afterwards. And I was like, man, I want to be like that guy.
Might be a good idea.
So I was like, man, I want to be like that guy. How do I get like this guy? So I'd watch him a lot and try to learn. Anyway, the dealership that I worked at, I lasted 30 days. I got fired on like the 30th day. They flooded the floors, meaning that they hired way more salespeople than they needed. Way more salespeople.
Only the strong survive.
I remember walking towards a car that the customer came on the lot thinking, okay, I'm going to go talk to this customer and try to sell them a car. And one salesperson ran past me and I looked and I was like shocked. I was like, what the heck? Why would this guy run past me to get to this customer? And then I turned to my right. There's another salesperson and another and another. There's like 4 salespeople that ran past me, racing each other to get to this customer before me. And of course, the customer doesn't even stop their car. They just keep driving. Now I was thinking, you guys are idiots. Number one, you scared off this customer. And number two, like, what the heck? Like,
at least pop out of a bush.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, that's what we used to do. We used to hide between cars, like, and freaking or trip somebody.
I used to sit in a car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And wait for a customer to pull on the lot.
I'd be in the back of a bed hanging out and like right next to the parking lot next to the trucks, and the guys would be standing out there,
pop
talking.
up in a guillotine.
Yeah.
Like, yo, hey.
Was it Guinea suit?
Welcome to the Chevy store or the Toyota store or whatever.
Did they make you do a pitch? Did you have like a certain pitch that you had to do?
They taught us all the basics. So anyway, they fired me. I sold one car in my first 30 days. I had bought a car on a handshake deal. I gave the guy $200 cash. I owed him $800. It was a 1986 Delta 88, my very first car. Love that car. Cool car. 305, O's 305 engine or 307, whatever it was. It was a nice car, big body, square body, Delta 88. Man, and everyone loved it back in the day. That was the car. That was one of the cool cars to have. So anyway, I went back to that guy. His name was Greg. Still friends with him. I still text him. I met up with him last time I went to Milwaukee. Great guy. He owned Automax Sales, which it's same name, but a small used car dealer. And I told him what happened. He was like, well, I need a salesperson. I just fired this other guy because he was lying, cheating, stealing from him, whatever. Why don't you come here on Wednesday and start working for me? So I was like, done. He paid me $125 a car I sold. And we only sold cars for like $1,000 anyway. So I worked there for 3 years, and he hired this older guy who's in the car business, Michael Horst. I'm still friends with him too, still text him. And he taught me everything he knew about the business. So that was like my mentorship. Dude, we used to rivet sheet metal to the bottom of the rusted out rocker panels and put Bondo over it and spray paint the cars. That was stuff I would do for fun. Just to make the cars look better. We would change the brakes, valve cover gaskets, starters, whatever it needed ourselves, and just make the cars look nice. Detail them, whatever. Dude, I took an old Pontiac Grand Am and I painted these racing stripes down. I taped it off, put newspaper, I used white spray paint, and I did it. It looked cool, man. Some Mexican dude came and bought the car. He liked it.
He's like, wow. He's like, goes fast.
It was a red car or a burgundy car, and I painted the racing stripes.
Oh, yeah, that goes together.
Dude, it was cool. It was white. It was like, it's just little fun stuff like that. But that was my experience in Milwaukee, my first couple years in the car business. I'd get off around 6 o'clock at night, and then I'd go deliver pizzas till midnight. So what I would do is I'd buy a car on a handshake in-house finance deal, give the guy the money from the tips I was making, and then sell the car. So then it was every month I was buying a new car, doing little stuff to it, fixing it up, selling it, using it to deliver pizzas. And, and that was my life for a couple years, and I was still homeless at the time, but there was this house next door. This guy was flipping it. He was investing and flipping it. And he let me live there to keep an eye on the house and also do some handyman work around the house, like sand the banister, take staples out of this, or remove carpet or paint it or whatever. So I would work at the used car dealership, go deliver pizzas, and do handyman stuff on my days off around that empty house that was literally right next door to the car dealership.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's kind of how I got out of like the poverty and got out of being homeless.
Worked your way out of it.
I worked my way out of it. 3 jobs basically, but I loved what I was doing and it was fun. And it was, I mean, you know, it was character building. And then I went to a bigger used car store, was the #1 sales guy there. Then I went and started selling Hondas, my first new car store. Or second new car store, because I got fired.
So you worked for Honda. It's still in Milwaukee?
Honda, yeah, Boylan Honda. Dorian Boylan, the guy owned a bunch of dealerships. He used to be a baseball player, Dorian Boylan. So he was like a professional baseball player.
Sounds like a baseball player.
I think
Boylan.
he was. I think he was well known, or he was good at it. I never really looked up his record. I wasn't into sports.
We didn't have Google back then. That's why.
Yeah. That's right. We didn't have a way to look up his records.
Go to a library.
I never heard of him, but I mean, the guy did well. He owned a Mercedes-Benz store in Orlando, or something like that, and that was his main place. And he had a dealership in Milwaukee. He had a secret baby mama that worked in the back office.
Oh my God.
And I remember
Bring
trying to hit on her once, and everyone was like, no, that's the owner's baby mama. I was like, I thought he was married. I was like, what the hell? Like, oh, damn, he's got all the girls.
Oh my God.
But anyway, that was my experience, man. And I was the #1 salesperson at that Honda store. Frenchie Beckham, #1 Honda salesperson in the world at the time. He was also making like $300,000-400K a year.
That's crazy back then.
Back then, yeah. And that guy, he sold like 35, 40 cars a month. I was right behind him. I was selling 20, 25. Nobody else was north of like 10 or 12 cars. Nobody else sold more than 10 or 12 cars a month out of that dealership.
And then you came to the car capital of the world, California.
I thought that was Detroit. No.
Car capital of the world is California.
Yeah,
we have the most cars per capita than
California has an average of 3 cars per household. America has 1.5 per household.
Yeah, well, California is it for cars.
But yeah, I came out here originally. I migrated to California to do door-to-door sales. So in 08, 09, 07, 08, 09, I got out of the car business and I was doing door-to-door cable sales and eventually did door-to-door alarm sales. And that's what got me to come out to California. Started over once again. I mean, it was tough, but you know, I was used to it. And started with nothing, met this girl. She took everything, kind of like started over again. But I got back in the car business in 2010. And because of my experience selling door-to-door sales for those 3 years, I was like the #1. I was like a superstar.
That's crazy because me and you have a similar background where I got out of the biz for like probably like 6 months to a year and did door-to-door paper sales.
Yeah, you kind of need a break sometimes from this business.
No, it was like perfect. I was going through a bunch and almost homeless, freaking in between, and did door to door and like doing multiple contracts a night and built myself up. And then when I came back to sales, I'm like, dude, this is easy. Like it's like a night and day difference. Like you're knocking on somebody's door trying to get them to pay money out. They don't trust you. They don't know you.
They weren't in the market for it.
No, yeah. I'm signing a newspaper. Freaking someone wants to sign up for a newspaper. It freaking, but yeah, when I went back to sales, became the #1 salesperson, youngest finance manager ever promoted, top finance manager at both stores I worked at. So it was good. It was a good experience. Well, that's what we need to branch out on that.
Yeah, exactly. We need to do more. Well, Johnny, it's good having you, man, on our 7th episode. I think, what's the time, Patrick?
We're almost an hour and 15.
All right, yeah, let's call it one because we got to get back to work, sell some more
Guys
cars.
are blowing me up, man. It must be needing to finance.
Well, let's get back, and then guys, like, subscribe, follow, in some small way. This helps me continue my passion, my dream.
Yep.
Some of you guys who listen know what I've been through. I've been through a lot. Especially when I was a kid, I was emancipated as a minor. I was, I was in the system, and then the independent living program, and then homeless afterwards. What my goal and my dream is to grow to a position to where I have so much money where I can give away and help kids who were once in my situation, and kind of like what we're doing now with James Storehouse.
Yeah.
And Raising Hope, where we will donate a car, or part of the car we'll pitch in on, and we will give away all of our profits and some of the equity we have in that car to these kids who age out of the system. So, by you guys liking, subscribing, following, whatever, in some small way, that's helping us help others.
We are going to build a nonprofit, and we are,
absolutely.
it's already in the works. And then also, we are going to be giving away a car.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the goal one day. Is my goal is to be able to give away 1 or 2 cars a month. From profits we make to these kids or single mothers or people from the system that really could use a break in life and some help.
How good would it feel if somebody comes in trying to buy a car, and they have the means or trying to buy it, and there's so many situations where it'd feel nice to be
Well,
like,
we did that recently with that young lady. She started working for us. She applied for a car giveaway through that James Storehouse.
yeah.
I offered her a job. She was making $18 an hour at her other job. I paid her $25. And I said, as long as you work here, she came in and buy a car. As long as you work here, I'll make your car payment.
Yep.
That's my gift to her, to help her grow. She's a young lady, went through the system, hardships, whatever. Let me help them out. And she wanted to do sales, and she's actually pretty good at it. So,
Yeah.
and that's the other thing too. Like, I want to build enough businesses to where I can hire people. Right now, we're about to get a detail shop. I'd love to hire some kids who want to learn how to detail and put them to work detailing cars.
Yeah. I mean, that could grow into their own business one day and make themselves, self-independent.
Yeah, learn how to
raise for their
detail.
family.
They can go make money detailing other people's cars.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's one of those businesses that a lot of people can start up on their own once they have the talent.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning
Appreciate
in,
it.
man. Thanks for
We gotta
following.
go.
And we got to get back to work, man. Middle of the day. We never take time off.
No, this is, not the day.
Thanks.